Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunflower Cottage Crochet. I'm Sarah, and this is the tutorial for the Communion Square by Me and My Hook for the Friendship Crochet Along. For this, you're going to need 2 colors of a worsted weight yarn and a 5mm hook. I have my standard Furls Odyssey here, and Caron Simply Soft in cream and light pink, which I'm doing the Valentine's colors, and I've done quite a few with the darker color combos, so I wanted to lighten it up a little bit this time. So you're going to need a light and a dark color to do this square. And this square is written much like her previous one, the Harmony square was. So I don't think I need to go over too much there. So we're just going to go ahead and get started with a magic ring, and I will be right back for that. Okay, to get started, we need to do a magic ring. So I'm just going to lay this across. I'm going to do it a little quicker because I've explained how to do this in a few videos. So I'm just going to wrap around, cross over, pinch and wrap behind the first wrap, go under and grab that second wrap, twist, slide my fingers out, and there you go. Now I do definitely slow it down and go over in much more detail, but you start however you start a magic ring or circle to do working in the round. So to continue on using our circle that we have, we're going to chain 3. I've already done 1, so I'm going to do 2 more, and that counts as a double crochet throughout the whole pattern. And we're going to put 11 more double crochets into the ring for a total of 12. Okay, I have my 11 doubles and my chain up of 3, which makes 12 double crochets. I'm going to pull my ring closed and join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. And that gets us started for round 1. Continuing on to round 1 with the same color, we're going to chain up 3, which again does count as a double crochet, and then we're going to put a double crochet in the same as the join, and then we're going to put 2 double crochets in every stitch around for a total of 24 stitches. And I do want to point out, as I have before, not to miss this stitch here that is right next to your chain 3. A lot of times that will happen. And people will say, but I can't get 24 stitches, but now you can. So just make sure you grab that and then place 2 double crochets in each stitch around, and you should have 24 stitches when you're done. And then we will join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 and continue on to round 2 with the same color. I will meet you back at the end. Okay, I'm at the end and I have my 24 double crochets counting this chain 3. Remember, as I've said many times in my other videos, don't count this loop here because it is not an actual stitch. It is just this loop on your hook that happens when you join up. So it doesn't count for anything. So now I'm going to go ahead and join to the top of my chain 3 with a slip stitch. And show you, see, there it is, that loop. So don't ever count that. All right, now we're going to go on to round 2 using the same color. For round 2, we need to chain up 3, which again does count as a double crochet. And then we're going to put 2 doubles in the next stitch. So again, it's the one that kind of gets wonky from the chain 3. So 2 doubles in this next one. And then we need to put a double crochet in the next stitch and 2 in the next, and that's going to be the repeat. So a double in the next stitch, 2 in the next, 1 in the next stitch, and 2 in the next, and that's your repeat all the way around. 1 in the next, 2 in the next. So repeat that all the way around, putting 1 double crochet in the next stitch and 2 in the following. And when you get all the way to the end, you'll end up working 2 double crochets here to end off your round. And I will meet you back when I get to that point. And you should have a total of 36 stitches when you get to your last spot. Okay, I am nearly done, and I am to my last available stitch, this post and those V's to the right, or the 2 loops on the top to the right. And I need to work 2 in that stitch. That finishes out my repeat for the round. And then I'm going to join to the top of my chain 3 with a slip stitch. And then for color 3, we're going to fasten off because we're going to need color 3. For round 3, we're going to fasten off here because we're going to change to our next color, which should be your darker color of the pattern. Goodness, I can't talk. Okay, so grab your next color and let's start round 3. For round 3, we need to join in any stitch with your next color and chain 3. So I joined on the top of my chain 3 from the previous row, and I've already got my chain 3. And so we need to work 2 double crochets in the next stitch, which is a semi-smashed one, next to my join. And then we're going to work 1 double crochet in each of the next 2. And then we're going to put 2 double crochet in the next, and 1 in each of the next 2. 2 in the next, and 1 in each of the next 2. So when we started out with just 1 double crochet here, that's our chain up of 3, which counts. It's actually the end of our repeat, yet it's the start of the row. If you recall, her harmony square was written kind of the same way. So we started with our final stitch of the round. So the start of the actual repeat is to put 2 double crochets in 1 stitch and then 1 double in each of the next 2. So keep doing that all the way around, and when I get to my last repeat, I will meet you back here and show you how we're going to finish it. Okay, so I've worked myself around until I got to my last repeat, so I'm going to put 2 double crochets in this next one and 1 in this next one. And my join and chain up counts for my last of the 1 in each of the next 2. So you should only have 2 more stitches to work. Remember that joining loop doesn't count as anything. So I put 2 in the next, 1 in the next, and we've already got our other 1 double. So now we're just going to join to the top of our chain 3 with a slip stitch, and we're going to continue on with this color to round 4. For round 4, we need to start with a chain 3. If you recall, it does count as a double crochet, and then we're going to put 2 double crochets in the next stitch, so that's that half smashed. And then it says this is the repeat, double crochet in the next 3 stitches and then 2 double crochet in the next. So double crochet in each of the next 3 and then put 2 in the next. Okay, and again, because this round is started with your final stitch, we're actually going to finish up differently. So when you continue working this around, keep going until you only have 2 stitches left, and then I will show you how we're going to finish this off. But first, remember again, the repeat is to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches and then 2 in the next, 1 in each of the next 3 and 2 in the next, 1 in each of the next 3, 2 in the next, all the way until there are 2 stitches left, and then that's where I'm going to meet you back up. Okay, I have worked my last repeat, ending with the 2 doubles in 1 stitch, and I played yarn chicken on that one and I won. Okay, so we have the 2 stitches, like she says, left, and because we are finishing with 3 doubles but we already started our final stitch, we're just going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 and final stitches, and then we're going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3, and then we're going to actually fasten off, because at round 5 we go back to our lightest color, color A. Oh, that's all I had left. Crazy. I have to go get another skein, guys. Be right back for round 5. For round 5, using color A, you can join in any stitch. I decided to go right up my chain 3, so I'm at the top of my chain 3 from the previous round, and then we need to do a chain 3, which I've already done here. Now we're going to, starting in the next stitch, we're going to put a double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, so that will count as 4 double crochet at the start. So 1 in each of the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Maybe. Caron simply soft, I swear. Alright, so I'm going to put these aside. And then we're going to put 2 in the next. Okay, and now the repeat starts here for this round, which is to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches, and then 2 in the next, and 1 in each of the next 4, 2 in the next, 1 in each of the next 4, 2 in the next, all the way around until you get to the end. And there is no fancy dancy footwork at the end, but I will work all but the final repeat. I'll work the last repeat with you and show you how we're going to join up. As promised, I am back to work the final repeat of this round with you, and this is what it should look like so far. I'm really liking my color choice. So when we finish this round, we should have a total of 72 stitches, which does count the chain 3 at the beginning. So I took my rings off because the yarn was snagging, driving me crazy. All right, so we're going to work 1 in each of the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're going to put 2 in this last one here. So 1 and 2, and try to remember that this is your join up loop, so it does not count as a stitch. We're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of our chain 3, or try and get 2 loops if maybe I can, because it kind of got smashed. There we go. And that will finish out round 5, and we're going to continue on to round 6 with the same color. For round 6, we're going to start with a chain 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Whoops, my ice cream colors, even though it's supposed to be Valentine-y, but this one looks ice creamy. And that should be my next color palette. Okay, so then we're going to put a double crochet in each of the next 2. So we gotta make sure that we grab this one that gets kind of weirded out right here. Just make sure you go under both loops. One's short, one's long. Can't fix that. All right, so 1 in each of the next 2. So there's 1, and here's 2. Now we're going to do a front post triple crochet in the next. So around the next. So our loops, when we're working in the round and not turning, are to the right of the post. So since this is going to be the one that's on top, this is the post that we're working. So you're going to yarn over twice and then go insert to the, from the right, behind and out the left side, and grab your yarn. And then yarn over and pull through 2 and 2 and 2 until there's only 1 loop left. And that's a front post triple. And then we're going to put a double crochet on top the next, which again is this post here. Its loops are on the right side of it, so put a double crochet in that one, and then it says to put 2 double crochet in the next, so we're going to do that. All right, this is what it's looking like so far. And then here comes the repeat. We're going to put a double crochet in each of the next 3. So 1, 2, and 3. We're going to front post triple around this next post here. And then we're going to put a double crochet in the next stitch, which again, this is the post for it, and there's the 2 loops. And then 2 double crochet in the next. Okay, so that was the actual repeat. So I'll work it once more with you. Double crochet in each of the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then front post triple around the next post, which is not this one because you already worked the 2 loops atop that. It's this one. Double crochet in the next, and then 2 double crochet in the next, and that again is your repeat. So you're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 3, work a front post triple around this next post, a double crochet in the next, and then 2 in the next. So I'll work it one more time, and then you guys should be set to finish off your round. And this one just finishes out normal. You just, when you're done, you slip stitch to the end, but I will come back when I have one last repeat to work. So one more time with you on camera. We're going to put a double crochet in the next 3, a front post triple around the next, a double crochet in the next, and 2 double crochets in the next. Okay, that's your repeat. Continue that around, and I will meet you back when I have one last repeat to work, and then we'll finish off this round together. Okay, I'm back, and this is what your circle should look like so far. We have some front post triple crochets placed in, I assume, strategic areas, and I think it's quite lovely. So I have my last repeat to do. I'm going to start that now. So we put 1 double crochet in each of the next 3. And you should have 6 stitches left, by the way, just so you know, for your last repeat. And then we're going to put a front post triple around this next one. So 1, 2, 3 there. And then we're going to put 1 double crochet in the next and 2 in the last. And that finishes out round 6 after we slip stitch to the top of our chain 3 here. And then we're going to fasten off because we're going to switch back to our darker color, color B, for round 7. And I will meet you back here to start that in just a moment. All right, so for round 7 with our color B, we need to join in any double crochet that is just before a post stitch, a front post triple. So here's where I fastened off. I'm going to go over to my next front post triple, and these 2 V's represent the top of that post. So this next double crochet, these 2 V's are where we need to join, right before the front post double. And then we're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. And this is also a bit of an increase because we're also going to put a front post triple around that same post that we joined to the top of. Okay, so it's 2 stitches in 1. It's an increase, but you're doing one of them as a regular double or your chain 3 and the other as a front post triple. Then we're going to double on top of the triple from below. And then we're going to put a front post triple around the next double crochet on the other side of the front post triple from below. So we're putting triple post stitches on either side of our triple post stitch from the previous round. So then we're going to put a double crochet in each of the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to put a double crochet and do a front post triple around this next double crochet. That's our increase, remember. All right, so now we have, this is what it looks like so far. Okay, we have an increase, and then we worked some stitches, and then we have another increase. But our increase consists of a double and a front post triple around, in and on and around this next double. So the actual repeat starts here, and that is to double crochet in the next stitch, which is on top of the front post from below. Front post triple crochet around the next. Make sure I got that wrapped twice. Double crochet in each of the next 4. And then put a double crochet in the next stitch and a front post triple around its post. And that's your increase and the end of the repeat. So again, to show you, let me try to zoom in here without too much camera shake. Okay. So the repeat started with putting a double crochet on top of our post stitch, and then putting a front post triple around the next double that's next to this front post from below. And then you put a double in each of the next 4, and then you put a double crochet on top of and a front post triple crochet around the next double crochet. I'm going to work it again with you on camera, maybe 2 more times at least to show you. So to start the repeat over, we need to put a double crochet on top of the front post triple from below, and then work a front post triple around the next double crochet. Okay. And then we need to put a double in each of the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need to put a double crochet in the next double crochet and a front post triple around its post. And that finishes out another repeat. I'm going to zoom back out a little bit, and we'll continue working that together. So double crochet in the next stitch, front post triple around the next, a double crochet in each of the next 4, oh, there we go, and a double crochet in the next stitch and a front post triple around its post. And that's where our increase goes. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time, and then I'm going to turn you loose. So double crochet in the next, front post triple around the next, 1 double crochet in each of the next 4, one double crochet in the next and a front post triple around its post. And that finishes up the repeat once more. So here's what it should be looking like. You can see that there are post stitches on either side of the post stitch from the previous round. Okay, so I've nearly worked half of the circle here. I'm going to go ahead and finish up off camera until I have only 1 repeat left, and I'll work that final repeat with you and the join up when I get to it. See you in a moment. Okay, so here I am at the end of round 7. I have the final bit here to do. I stopped just before my last front post triple from below, so I'm going to go ahead and work that repeat of putting a double on top of that, a front post triple around the next double crochet, and then 1 in each of the next 4. So there's 1, 2, and 3 for me. Here's where I fastened off, is my chain up 3. And my 4th one is this one that always gets kind of mangled by the chain up because I joined in the next stitch. So that's my 4th stitch. And if you recall, the repeat ends with a double and a post stitch, but we've already done that, so we're beginning with our ending just like our other square was written up. So again, I just worked my last 4 stitches and I'm going to join to the top of my chain 3 with a slip stitch. And that finishes off round 8, and we're going to, or round 7, excuse me, and we're going to continue on with the same color for round 8. So for round 8, we need to go ahead and chain 1, which I've already done, and then you're going to single crochet in that same join spot, so the top of your chain 3. And then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. And then we're going to half double in each of the next 2. And then we're going to double crochet in each of the next 2. And then all in one stitch, we're going to put a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So what I call a V stitch, what most people call a V stitch. All right. And then this starts the repeat from here for this round, which is double crochet in each of the next 2. Half double in the next 2. Single crochet in the next 15. Half double in each of the next 2. And then double crochet in each of the next 2. And to finish out the repeat, we're going to work that V stitch in the next stitch of a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in one stitch. And whoops, we're starting to create our corners for this round. And this is what it should look like so far. So I have my V stitch way over here. I'm going to get rid of this thing so I can show you better. All right, I have my V stitch over here and one here. So we already have one side right here done. Okay, so we're starting to get square. This part here is the middle of our last side. So when we finish off, we're going to repeat a couple more times. So we do that full repeat 3 times total. So we've done it once. Now we're going to do it 2 more times to make this square. And then when we come back around, we'll just be finishing up this side. So I'm going to keep working with you on camera. So the repeat again for round 8 was to put a double crochet in each of the next 2. Half double in each of the next 2, and then single crochet in each of the next 15. Okay. Half double in each of the next 2, double in each of the next 2, and then put your corner V stitch. So that's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in the next stitch. And that ends our next repeat. So now we have 3 corners made, but we still need to work one more full side. So we have to do one more full repeat. So 1 double in each of the next 2, a half double in each of the next 2. Whoops. And you can always fast forward me or slow me down if you need to, of course. And then single crochet in each of the next 15. Half double in each of the next 2, double in each of the next 2, and then we're going to place our corner stitching, which is the V stitch, in the next. And then we're going to finish out this round with a double in each of the next two, a half double in each of the next two, and then there should be 7 stitches left for us to work into. Yep, there it is. So I can't talk. 1 single crochet in each of the last 7 stitches, and that will finish out round 8. And there it is. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch to the top of our first single crochet, and we're going to fasten off because we're going to switch back to color B for round 9. And now we actually have a square forming. For round 9, it says to join using color A in any chain space, sorry. So that's any corner. So I can see my first corner is here. So I'm going to join with a slip stitch to that. And then it says to chain 3. And I had to zoom out because this thing is getting pretty big. And right away we have our repeat to start with. So a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So don't forget this one here. So 1 and 2. And then half double in each of the next 2 stitches. This is just like the previous round, but we're adding single crochets between instead. So then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 17. Half double crochet in each of the next 2. Double crochet in each of the next 2. And then you're going to put a V-stitch in the chain 1 space. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in that chain space. And then we start our repeat all over, but we have now a complete side, as you can see here. So again, the repeat is to start out with a double crochet in each of the next 2, and don't forget to grab this one's V's there to the right of the post and they get smashed. So a double crochet in each of the next 2, and then half double in the next 2, and then 17 singles, and then a half double in each of the next 2, and a double crochet in each of the next 2, and then we'll put our next V-stitch in the chain space. And you might grab some stitch markers and put them in your chain spaces so you can see them right away. All right, so I'm going to work that pattern all the way around, and I'll meet you when I'm ready to join and finish off round 9. As I'm coming up at the end of round 9 here, I wanted to point something out. So here's where I fastened off in that little loop I always tell you not to work into. So I'm going to work into the actual stitch before that, because here's the legs of the single crochet, and its loops go this way. This one going that way is the join up loop. So we're going to skip over that. Don't put a stitch in there, you'll have one too many. And we're going to work a single in this next actual single. So yeah, it does feel like you're skipping over a space, and you kind of are. You're skipping over a join loop, but it is not a stitch, so it doesn't count. So I'm just finishing up, working along. Okay, I just had to make sure of my own stitch count there. Because I stopped to talk to you about it, I lost count. So I'm counting back my 4 join or bigger stitches. So I'm finishing up now with my last 2 double crochets. And we need to finish off this corner bit. We started it with the last stitch here with the chain 3, so we need to go into that chain space and put a double crochet, chain 1, and then slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 to finish out round 9. And this is what your square should start to look like. And let's get ready for round 10. For round 10, we're going to start with a chain up of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So that's this one next to your chain up from the previous round, 1 and 2, and then we're going to half double in each of the next 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay. And then we're going to single crochet in the next 11. And then we're going to half double crochet in each of the next 5. And then we're going to double crochet in each of the next 3. And that will take us to our first chain space. And all in that chain space, we're going to put another V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And according to the pattern, we now are going to start our repeat. And that is to double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So grabbing the one that gets kind of smashed, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to half double in each of the next 5 and just continue kind of what we just did. So we're going to half double in 5, and then you're going to put a single crochet in each of the next 11, and then you'll half double in 5, and then you will double crochet, oh, I lost my place, in each of the next 3, and then when you get to your chain space, you'll put your next little V-stitch here. So again, I probably move your stitch marker up and mark those chain spaces again. So hopefully you have the pattern in front of you and you can refer back to the repeat. I'm going to go ahead and finish up until I get near to the end, and we'll work that together on camera. All right, I am back to the end, and I have worked all the way over until I have reached my final corner. And if you recall, we started it with the last stitch of it. So into this chain space, we're going to go in and put a double crochet, chain 1, and then slip stitch to the top of our chain 3 to finish that corner out. And then we can fasten off and weave in our ends because that's the end of the pattern. And there you go. This is the Communion square by Me and My Hook. It's another very pretty square, pretty simple yet really cute post stitches, just kind of delicately throughout. So a big thank you to Me and My Hook for such a lovely square, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.